I wanted to give you guys a brief rundown of David Bartholomew's Inventing the University. So, just some of the key terms, key concepts, key takeaways, that sort of thing. The first really important thing that we have is discourse or discourse communities. So, every discipline has its own discourse, and that means like a specialized vocabulary, language, jargon, style, assumptions, audience, all of that sort of stuff. So every single class you'll take will have its own discourse. Every single class you take, you're entering into a new discourse community. So if you think about the discourse that we've been learning in our class, um, you can think of terms like an essay, 5-paragraph essay, an introduction, which contains a hook, a bridge, and a thesis, a body paragraph, which goes by the meal plan, and a conclusion. There's also grammar rules and MLA format. Each one of these are specialized bits of knowledge that you learn from entering into this discourse community. So one way of looking at this is the old phrase "fake it till you make it," but I don't think that's a very healthy way of thinking about this. I'd prefer to think about it as adopt till you adapt. So you use the discourse as you learn it, and as you, through your use of that discourse, you start to adapt to it. To expand our discourse and add what we've just read to what we've read already this semester, we can think of this in terms of grit, growth mindset, and they say, I say. So if you think about it in terms of grit, sticking with it, using the discourse despite the struggle, using that struggle to help you learning from failure, that sort of thing helps you adapt to the discourse. Growth mindset is accepting that you have the capacity to enter the conversation or discourse community, and they say, I say is entering that existing conversation alongside experts, so that you use your voice and the voice of experts to help you along as you learn the elements of the new discourse community. And a couple more takeaways from this article. In academic writing, and that goes for this class, ideas are always more important than grammar. The most important thing is that you can effectively communicate your ideas. You can have perfect grammar and still say nothing. You can also have imperfect grammar and have a great idea. The great idea is going to get you farther than the perfect grammar is. Ideally, we'd have both, but as long as grammar doesn't completely hinder understanding of the paper or the essay, it's not the most important thing at hand. Another thing is that commonplaces are bad logical shortcuts. A commonplace is something that's assumed that everybody knows. It's usually kind of ill-informed. It's better just to avoid, because commonplaces don't really do anything for our writing. They kind of stand alone and block the development of thought. Academic writing favors analysis over description. So again, that's why we don't want to have like an excessive summary in our body paragraphs. We just want as much as is necessary to provide context for the reader. Again, I'm more interested in the development of your thoughts, of your analysis of what we're reading. And then finally, you're not expected to be an expert, but you're on your way. So you're entering into a new discourse community. Obviously, you don't know everything already. Nobody knows everything. Writing is what we call a recursive process. That means there's always room for improvement. A text is never really finished. At some point you have to stop, right? But you can always improve your writing. You can always improve a piece of writing, and you can always learn more about writing through practicing. So those are the main takeaways for Inventing the University. Thank you.